Well, welcome back to the Black Flash Boxing channel. We're here in Bolton. It's fight week for Revolution. All the lads here on the card today. We're going for a media day. First of all, let's speak to Pat Barrett. Pat, fight week. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, hasn't it?
Yeah, as normal. Getting used to these situations, and the last thing we wanted to do is to say that we cancelled another show, so the show goes on. Thanks to Ben Hopkins anyway. I'll tell you that now, because if Ben didn't probably get his kit for Independence Day for America, July the 4th, this show probably would have got cancelled because there's only 3 fights on it. But when I got told about his kit, I decided, we decided, the team decided, we can't do that to him. He'd have to make his debut next year on Independence Day. So here we are now, and thanks to Ben for saving the show. The show goes on with only 3 fights with Ben Hopkins, Jake Turner, Callum Pye, and we should have had Marvin Tomlinson on, but due to some kind of situation, he's not on the show. So yeah, we just look forward to have a great night on July the 4th.
It's definitely line up that way. You're touching it there. Even though there's only a couple of lads on this card, the talent on this card is phenomenal. You've got the likes of Jake, who's going to be pushing for titles soon, Callum, who's getting there himself, now he's had 3 fights under Black Flash, and Ben making his debut. And Ben's very similar to the lad you've got in your gym, Pat, in terms of making a name for himself on social media as well as his boxing career. He's got a similar path he's taking with Lyndon. With his, rather than someone's got to say it, he's doing a lot on TikTok as well.
Well, we'll get along fine then, won't we?
There we go.
Well, let's speak to the fighters first then. Should we speak to Ben? Because like you say, Ben is, with his Independence kit, is the reason that this weekend's going ahead. So we'll jump that mic off, there you go, grab that mic off, pal.
Thank you.
How are you feeling, Ben, with it being fight week? You say your kit is the reason that we're going ahead with this weekend.
Yeah, I know, and everyone was taking the mick as well. So I managed to get it done now. I just take it as a sign that it's meant to be. But now I'm buzzing. Can't thank Pat enough for keeping the show. And now everything's gone well. I'm just looking forward to getting in there now.
And speaking of looking forward to getting there, turning over, when did that moment feel real for you that you were going to be turning over the pro, making your debut, and you were going to take this next step in your career?
I think it was always part of the plan with David and Mike. It was just a case of when it was the right time, and I felt like I've been training with the pros in my gym now for probably best part of 3 years. Even as an amateur, I was training with them every day. So yeah, just it was the right time. And when Mike and Dave said to me, "I think it was the right time now," I trust them fully, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it now.
Touch on the team you've got around with Mike and David at Jenny's gym. Very, very familiar to Black Flash on Pat, with Mike training at Collyhurst and kind of coming through that path himself. How does it feel having that level of experience around you?
It's second to none. Like at the end of the day, you're not going to find many coaches with the experience that Mike's got and Dave's got, and anything that they tell me I need to work on, or anything that they tell me in the corner, I won't doubt them one bit. So got full trust in them. I've had every single one of my amateur fights with them, and I'm going to have every single one of my pro fights with them as well. And yeah, absolutely, they know me better than anyone.
It's very nice seeing I come down to you this week, that community feel, that family feel is definitely there. But something I do got to touch on, when I remember mentioning it to Pat, is the big social media following you've got. How has that been helping you with your pro career? Because we touched on it when I come to see you. Has that been benefiting you in any way?
Yeah, it's been class. That was always the plan anyway. I always knew I was going to do it. It was just a case of when. But yeah, it's helped me sell tickets. It's got eyes on me. Not just the people that are coming to watch, who I can't thank enough for coming to watch me, but the people are going to be tuning on online as well. Whether that's on the night on the YouTube channel, or whether that's afterwards looking at the highlights or looking at stuff on my page. So at the end of the day, if I can make a name for myself in one way or another, then I'm going to do it, and I've done a pretty good job so far.
Definitely has. And do you think it's added maybe a different level of pressure to that with the following? That's when you mentioned it to me about kind of TikTokers can fight, but this is very, very different.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm not a TikToker, I'm a boxer. At the end of the day, I've been boxing for the majority of my life. For the last 8 years, I've been a boxer. Like I say, I've done my rounds in the amateurs. Now I'm going to do them in the pros. It's just a case of I don't really feel any added pressure with it, because I know where my abilities are in the gym and when I'm fighting. So it's not an issue for me at all, really.
Touch on them abilities. What type of boxer would you describe yourself as then, if you were looking ahead to this weekend, people that might not have seen you box in the amateurs, how would you describe your fighting style?
I just do a bit of everything really. Like if I can box on my back foot, box on my front foot, punch hard. It's like I don't really feel like there's many things in there that I would say I'm not got in my locker. So whatever the fight brings, I'm willing to go there.
Definitely. And speaking of fight night, what will the walkout have any added extras to it, given the extras that you've got with your kit?
Obviously I want to be an entertainer. I want everyone to enjoy watching me. So I'm just looking forward to it. Obviously I'm going to be as much of a showman as I can because people are paying good money to come out and watch me. And like I say, I can't thank Pat enough for keeping the show on. And like I say, I'm taking it as a sign with my kit that it was meant to be on the 4th of July, and yeah, I'm buzzing for it.
Speaking of the 4th of July, what would you want fans to say after the 4th of July after they've watched you box? What would you want people to say?
That it was entertaining. That's all I care about. I just want people to come away from it saying that they're coming back to ticket again. Because, like I said, on my social media, I'm being entertaining. I like to try and be as entertaining as I can when I'm doing interviews or when I'm doing anything, because at the end of the day, I want people to buy into my career and me as a person as well.
Definitely do. And speaking of your career, it's great to have you on Black Flash on this platform as well, making your debut on our platform. Where would you see yourself maybe in a year's time?
Yeah, just still doing the same thing, still boxing, still getting my pro fights in. Like I say, if we can get on more Black Flash shows, then that'd be a privilege. I know I've got some big shows, host some big shows every year, and got TalkSport involved as well, and those shows look really good as well. So, like I say, hopefully I put on a good performance and please the promoter, please my coaches and the fans, and then we can look forward to hopefully some more big nights.
Definitely indeed. I'm not sure if Pat's seen it, but your logo is on the fight t-shirts and the fight kit, which I think is very, very cool.
Yeah, there we go. Of course it is. Got to, like I say, got to save the show. Got to do it for the people.
Definitely has. Well, that is what's happened.
Yeah.
That the fight kit has saved the show. Well, it's been great chatting to you. We cannot wait to see you box on fight night and see this American Independence Day kit.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No worries. We'll jump on then to Jake. How are you feeling on fight week? I know Ben's kits saved the show, but it's benefited you as well.
Yeah, that's it. I want to say a big thank you to Ben for doing that. But yeah, no, can't wait to get in there Saturday. You know, being with Mike and Dave for a year and a half now, just improving week in, week out in the gym. So I'm looking forward to showing it Saturday.
Definitely, we'll touch on that when we come down to the gym, the levels that you are progressing and these steps that you are taking now. Where would you assess you are at the moment in your career in terms of what's coming soon, hopefully?
I'm not far off, you know, fighting for titles, getting another couple of good wins, and that's what I'll be looking at for sure.
Definitely, this weekend is another step up in that in terms of your opponent. You're fighting a good lad, a good solid journeyman with a few more. I think everyone on this card is fighting solid opponents, all with more wins than some of you have fights. It's good to be matched in there in a good evenly matched fight.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even from my sparring, the higher I face an opposition, the better I perform. So, you know, I'm probably looking forward to getting in there Saturday and putting on a good performance.
Definitely, and bringing a few fans over with your kit. You've got your own kit as well. It might not be the Independence Day one, but I think your team kits are pretty cool.
Yeah, nice and simple, nice Adidas.
Repping Leeds
No,
as well.
not in your face, yeah, that's it.
So what's sort of about that representing not just the Charlie area, but Leeds as well, being your football team and the players that you support?
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm a big Leeds United fan, season ticket holder, but I'm actually from Halifax, so you know I've got a few places as well becoming. So yeah.
And talk about how fight camp's gone. You're 6 hours a pro, but the changes that you're making and assessing in yourself to make sure you're ready for these next steps up. How is that going in the gym with Mike?
Yeah, fight camp's gone great. I've had some good sparring, and like I say, every day is a learning day at our gym. So you know, you listen to what these coaches are saying, and you're going to improve. Sure.
What do you think you need to do on Saturday night, maybe to go from being the Jake that's a prospect and a good upcoming prospect to Jake that's a contender for these small area titles?
You know, beat them convincingly and do what other people have been doing, which is certainly what I'll be looking to do.
Kick all that off on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Well, have you got any last message you want to add maybe to any sponsors or anyone you give a shout out to?
So yeah, I just want to thank all my sponsors. You know, Carbon Metals, Halifax Scaffolding, Josh Barlow, Chimney Sweep, Eco Paving Solution, and big thank you to my coaches for all the effort they put in, and thank you for Pat for keeping show. I appreciate it. I'll let you down Saturday.
There you go. If you had to give the fans a message before I let you go in terms of what they can expect from yourself on Saturday, same gym, but you've both got very different fighting styles.
Yeah, 100%. I like to think I'm a good come forward fighter, but I use my brain as well. So yeah, expect an exciting performance Saturday.
Definitely, we cannot wait to see you box on Saturday. But before we end this, we'll touch on Callum. But it's great to see you down here. We've got some very cool content coming out from the Giants gym from what we've got this week on Fight Week. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. And then last but not least, Callum, how are we feeling on Fight Week?
Yeah, feeling good. Just want to start by thanking Pat, like the other lads have said, to keep the show. Obviously, there's only 3 fights, so it's not what everyone expected, but at least us three are still getting an opportunity to showcase what we can do.
Definitely. And then let's just talk about your career up to this point. 3-0, all your fights on Black Flash fighters signed to us, but all of them been very evenly matched fights and very good opponents that you face. And this weekend's another one of them. Same fights as you, 1 win, 2 draws, but it's the 2 losses, sorry, but it's the level of opponents that you're fighting. How is that helping you at this stage of your career?
Yeah, it's good. Listen, I want as good of an opponent as I can get. To be honest, like I say, I only had 20 amateur fights. Debut, I fought Jordan Grenham. Obviously, everyone knows what he's about.
Definitely, Pat, we're very, very impressed with that. We've got a video somewhere of Pat standing up clapping
Yeah.
Joe egging him on.
Yeah, it's got that. Obviously, fought Dale, another experienced guy, and obviously fought Jack Swallow, who is making moves as an away fighter at the minute. So, like I say, I couldn't have asked for 3 harder opponents on my first 3 fights. Got another guy this Saturday. To be honest, I don't know much about him. I've not seen anything of him, but that makes it more exciting.
Definitely does, and a lot has changed as you turned over pro. You're now down at Collier's, majority of the time training with Pat and the lads down there. How is the atmosphere at Collier's and training with Pat?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably the best decision I've ever made, going down there. Obviously, training with other pros. Obviously, you've got George, Lyndon, Riz, who had a good performance the other week. So yeah, I've improved massively. I'm always training, always plugging away. Like I say, I come from Blackpool, so I still got to travel to come train. I'm not full time yet. I've still got 2 jobs, but we're making it work.
Definitely doing. Pat saying that you've got a Dan as well in the gym with you.
Yeah, I done as well. Yeah.
Talk to us a little about that, because you've got, and we've touched on it, but with Mike coming from the gym, and this weekend's got a really good Collier's feel to it, even though it isn't a Collier's card. It must be quite nice that you're adding your name to that legacy.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, obviously you've got the 2 Jennings lads and then me from Collier, so it's just it's up to me to showcase what we've been, how good we are in a way.
Definitely is. And let's talk about the fight weekend now then. The fight was last out, it was a good close fight. I scored a little bit too close on the card when we had a chat with you afterwards. What changes have you been making to make sure that isn't the case this weekend?
Like I say, obviously you always go back to the drawing board,
Mhm.
see what you did wrong, see what you did well. But like I say, I'm not, compared to a lot of these guys in prospects, I'm not experienced at all. So like I say, every fight's a learning fight, and I'm sure I'll learn more things this Saturday.
Definitely, you say you are quite early in your career. I know Pat says that with the likes of George. You are one of the younger lads that Pat's got, and only having the 3 fights up to now. There's still a lot of time for you to learn and develop the right way, which Pat says on these small hall shows to build you the proper way.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, I probably say this every single time that I do an interview, but I'm always training, I'm always fit, I'm always on shape, so I just need consistency with fights. So the more consistent I can be, the more I'm going to grow as a fighter.
Definitely, and then you'll be knocking on Pat's door asking for maybe a title show in Blackpool.
100%.
And then let's talk about the weekend now. Fans that haven't seen you fight, what type of fight can you expect? What performance can you expect from Callum this weekend?
It's going to be a very different performance that you've seen from the last 3 fights. To be honest, I feel much better, much fitter, a lot sharper. So, like I say, one thing I can promise is it's going to be entertaining, because I'm always entertaining. So, yeah, just a much better version.
Much better version of that.
100%.
Amazing. Well, it's been great chatting to you. And then you can watch, you can't get down to the courses this weekend to get a ticket. You can watch it all live on YouTube. If you haven't got your tickets off the boxes, tune in on YouTube, because you don't want to miss these performances of the guy.
They don't want to miss performance, no, from all 3 of us, so I'm sure it'll be entertaining. I just want to shout out all the sponsors as well. for helping.
You're going to stand it now, do a strip. If not, definitely sure we've got a picture. But before we close up, I'll pinch that back off you. We'll jump back to Pat. Pat, we've heard from all the boxers now. Fight week is getting even closer to fight night. Any last messages from yourself ahead of the weekend?
No, just to say to everyone, just tune in and, these lads, I couldn't have let them down. They've all worked so hard to be where they're at today. And they was all excited for it and, I'm excited for it. I'm also excited for working with Mike Jennings. Jennings Gym is one of the best. He's one of ours from back in the day. Seeing what he's doing an amazing job with his fighters. They're all potentially wonderful, magnificent fighters, going places. So yeah, just to incorporate to be working with Jennings and his fighters and his brother as well, David. I don't really want to say it, but I can't not say David because he's such a nice man. Anyway, but yeah, the future for this boxing down there can be looking well. We're trying to change it and we're trying to keep it as busy as we can.
Definitely, speaking of keeping things busy as we can, I know Ben touched on it, but it's a very busy time for Black Flash, but a very exciting time with Likes. We're having a couple of shows on TalkSport, and this weekend with Revolution 4th of July is kicking off a very, very busy spree of 4 shows. You've then got Unleashed over in Stoke, live on TalkSport, you've got Kyle Davis and also Zelfa back on Black Flash fighting for a title, and then before we go to Middleton with George Colleen headlining there for Ignition, then ending it at the moment over in Wigan for Wigan Warriors with the Bundles lads. It's a very busy time for you, Pat.
You know what it is, and it's also exciting as well because it's challenging and like I said, this is challenging doing the show with only 3 fights. I think any promoter with the right mind would have just said, well no, we'll spread this out, we'll do it again. But you know what, life's about taking risks and it's like being in a boxing ring and that's what we'll do. These 3 lads will get out, they'll get the experience, even if it's 3 fights, it'll still be a good night and these lads will get the experience and they'll move on with their careers.
Definitely will do, and then after that we'll then move on to over in Stoke where Zelfa's back on Black Flash fighting for a title. It's very nice to see Zelfa back on the Black Flash circuit.
You know what, it's great to see Zelfa back because his career was put on hold for a little bit and it was getting a bit frustrating for him and frustrating for me as his uncle and knowing what he's done and his achievements and to see it just being held up. So we came with an idea, we put him in for the IBO and the Black Flash show for the 18th of July, and it's also spiralled in now to big things to happen, but nothing can get overlooked for the 18th of July. But he's just signed with the pros, with Misfits pros. He's just signed with them. We get past this. He's got his first fight in September again, headlining that. So that's an amazing thing for Zelfa, considering 1 minute he wasn't doing anything and all because of 1 fight, now he's spiraled and he's doing something great. So we can't mock small or boxing as much as people do. Grassroots boxing is there for everybody. Pros that have been there before, it can reignite and move you back to where you should be.
Definitely, and that is what we've seen with the likes of Zelfa coming up down, and I think it's going to be an amazing night of boxing. But before we get to that, we have got this weekend where we've got 3 amazing fights on the card. And I think this will be the start of some very exciting careers. Like you say, you've got Ben making his debut. Jake's going to be pushing for them titles sooner. Callum won't be far behind him, will he?
Oh no. See the idea we've got down here now. We've got Jennings Gym. We've also got Lee Bundles Gym. And they're only like across 10-15 minutes from each other. So we can start working down here and building some great kids and great prospects between the both gyms. That's the way I see it. And as we touched down before, we talked about Stoke, we've got Kyle Davis actually fighting for the actual Commonwealth light heavyweight, which is amazing. So to have the actual Commonwealth on that show as well as Zelfa fighting for the IBO, it just shows that we are doing the right things.
And we are definitely a platform to be in contention with, aren't we, Pat?
Oh, 100%.
5v5 coming soon.
Don't know about that one.
Well, before we start jumping into any big challenges out there, we've got this weekend. It'll be an amazing show here at Collier's Gym, at Colossus Gym. I think it's going to be a brilliant night of boxing. If you can't get down here and watch it live in person, do make sure you tune on the YouTube channel, don't we, Pat?
100%, yeah. Everybody tune in, get behind grassroots boxing and give it the support that it needs because I believe without what we're doing, it's becoming extinct and it's dying. And, me being a small local promoter, this is where I'll stay, this is where I'll be. I'll always be building that platform to take these kids across to try and get to the other side and move them on with a career.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and watching the Media Day here for Revolution this weekend. We cannot wait to see everybody down here on Saturday. It's going to be an amazing night of boxing. Please do come on the night. We have tickets on the door. If not, tune in on YouTube. It'll be an amazing night of boxing that you definitely don't want to miss.